legions, in very, historic military feats that we had with the Roman legions as well. Coming back to Rome, being celebrated, he was a moment here that we're having of the Messiah complex, in action. And later on, we saw what really happened to Julius Caesar. Power really went up to his head, and finally he had to be, exterminated by the Senate. Just as we are talking about that, can we extrapolate that particular, Messiah complex syndrome that we're talking about to our moment in the country? We've been here before. We're always rolling around a figure, charisma. Beyond if you have, charisma, people rally around you, but they will want to question after the charisma what? Is it just a passing fad? Do we have any content beyond the one term, beyond the Sisi ndio Sifuna? What is there beyond that particular sloganeering?
Yeah, that's why I was talking about the need to blend the old and the young, in the sense that we have certain experiences that we know how the opposition failed in the past. In the run-up to 1992 general election, there was the Matiba moment, where Matiba was received by a concoction of some of the Matatu guys and also some people from the special branch. And he was given a feeling that he was going to win regardless of whether others were going to be with him or not. This is a warning that I just want to give to my colleagues, and I assure Wakili, there is no iota of effort that will make me join the bandwagon that William Ruto is leading. I'm saying so advised by the fact that there is no single project that is not laced with scandal, including the one that we are talking about, 80 billion to be spent by the central government in Nairobi for purposes of doing things that the county government ought to be doing. This is something that should have been thought about at the beginning of time, to consider Nairobi as a special county that needs certain assistance, both in terms of revenue collection. Nairobi is collecting 85 million per day. And this 85 million per day should have been used, if it was used very well, some of the challenges that we are seeing would not have taken place. When they say that we do not have an agenda, the current regime is dealing with the manifesto they gave us. Our manifesto is yet to be rolled out. And when we roll out our manifesto, there are certain critical milestones, one of which is to allow institutions to operate. The current regime does not believe in allowing institutions to operate. Let me go back to the city of Nairobi. The city of Nairobi, they could have done public participation. They should have allowed the county assembly to process the issues that they signed the other day between Musalia and Sakaja. But they don't do that because they don't believe institutions should operate. If institutions were operating, Parliament would be vigilant to make sure some of these scandals would be monitored. Now, we cannot say that you are opening infrastructure. For every deal, you are taking a quarter of the money. You cannot tell us that this road is taking you home when you know they have spent more than they should have spent in that particular road. You cannot tell us that we ought to be doing alternative. We don't have any money that comes from the taxpayer to us in the opposition. That's why we are talking of one term, because we strongly believe the problem of Kenya is one, William Ruto. In the absence of William Ruto, all institutions operating, Kenya is going to be different from what it is today. As to whether this thing is going to foment, yes, Matiang'i is there, Wamunyoro is there, Kalonzo is there, now Sifuna and Babu Wino and the rest are there. What we know is that we need to give this guy a devastating blow by making sure that 60% of Kenyans are going to reject him. Notwithstanding what Wakili thinks of some of us. We do not, the parallels that we have are just here locally. You can go to Rome, but you will come back to Kenya. Because at the end of the day, the person in Kenya, yes, you talk of fertilizer, going for 2,500. Is that fertilizer sufficient for all farmers in Kenya? The answer is no. If you went to Sibanga today, a place which is less than a kilometer from my house, fertilizer is still retailing in the normal shops at 6,000, 5,000. Whatever they're saying is what they apportion out as a paltry. A farmer with 100 acres will not be given fertilizer 400 acres.
Indeed.
They are giving to small-scale farmers. Well, we can say that is going to assist, sustain food security. But is it something tangible that can take us from the current level to the next level? The answer is no. So some of the issues that we are talking about are issues that are artificial, issues that are not practical. I ran that ministry for 5 years. We did not have the situation that we had. I can tell you, as the sun will rise tomorrow, that there is going to be importation of maize this year. There is not farmer crop that they are talking about.
All right. Okay, we need to take a short break right now. Honorable Kirwa, thank you for those sentiments of when we start